Gunton Morgan on this fairly sad day, but uplifting at the same time, because Himmy sadly is sold. There he is in all of his glory. The guy, I'm just going to put a new original can on, and then the guy is going to come and pick it up, which is lovely. Jonathan, hope you enjoy it there. Right, back to reality. I've got a Suzuki Bergman 650 Executive. I will be picking it up tomorrow. So that's all done, insurance is all sorted out and everything. This bike's all transferred over already, so that's the end of that chapter of the Himalayan ownership. Thoughts? Yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I am gonna miss it because it was something completely different to what I've ever ridden before, basically. So I will miss that aspect of it. I won't miss the aspect of it that things kept breaking on it, and you know, needed a new complete head after 300 miles and that sort of thing. But you know, and the rubber rotting away to stuff and to nothing. You know, brakes, master cylinder failing, rear caliper seizing. The list is endless, isn't it? Anyway, so that's the end of that. I'm sad to see it go, but on to pastures new for the better reasons. I.e., Caroline will be getting on the back, hopefully, of the 650 Bergman, so we can go camping, touring, go out together as a twosome on the bike, which is fantastic. That is my ultimate goal. That is the main reason. And the second reason is I'm a big Jessie. I don't like getting wet when I'm riding along. So that's that. Right. Let's get back to this little Honda Vision, shall we? Cylinder head. Here's the story so far. You probably know the story already because you've already watched it, haven't you? Old piston 48mm, new piston 49mm. Yes, I'm still waiting on this kit to turn up. Here is the piston. I had purchased a honing tool, hoping to hone away those little gritty, scratchy pieces. Obviously the shoe, 28mm shoe, is too small, so it was catching in the barrel. So now I've bought this great big one, like so, and I've been honing away for all I'm worth for about half an hour, using the cutting and tapping fluid as in going along. And basically the honing tool is wearing right down, and I've got literally nowhere. Well, I have got somewhere. We've got cleanish bore. You cannot feel these scratches now, they're just visual. Okay, so the whole thing is going to be sent away. Unfortunately, my lines of inquiry as to boring or reboring, I've drawn a blank so far, but I do know a guy said to me, "Oh, have you tried so and so in town?" I said, "No, I didn't even know they existed." So that is my third line of inquiry. So I will be seeing them on Monday, hopefully. So it does need reboring, basically because I can't. It would take me about 16 of these flipping things to do the job. Plus, I haven't got the appropriate measuring tools to keep that cylindrical exact. That cylinder exact all the way down, because I could be honing away with this. The stones could be wearing on one side or one end, and therefore you'll get a sort of a mess. You can't do it accurately by hand, unless your name's Mr. Milliard, who is a god, isn't he, at stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't have his number on this phone. So, Alan, if you're out there and you're watching this, please give me a call or contact me in some way, and I will bring this over to you, sir, and I will relish a day in your company, watching you cast your wizardry of your motorcycles and engineering bits and pieces. Right, that said, I need to find the details of the ring clearances, because basically you pop a piston ring in there, and when it goes in, it obviously closes up and it leaves a gap, or it should leave a minute gap, and that distance if it corresponds with the book tolerances, then that's perfect. So I will take the piston down, the rings, the information, the barrel, and I will get that sorted out. Now, when I clamp it in the vise up the other way, obviously those exhaust studs are kind of in the way. So what I've done is I've double nutted, 8mm nutted on there, and I've got my spanner. I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, am I? And it is coming out. So let me carry on with that. I want to get those two studs out, put them up in the storage of safetyness up there, and that will be done for when that barrel returns back to me. So that's about 10 minutes of waffling already, sorry. Engine. I am waiting on not a lot, to be fair. I've had posties been. Where have I put the stuff? There. I've got inner and outer crank seals and the output shaft oil seal, and I also have 2 wheel bearings which have found their way mysteriously into the hub. I did that last night whilst I was cleaning up the Hemi, so that's good to go pretty much. I do need, though, there is an oil seal in there, and I've not been able to find that online. The old one isn't, it's not deformed, but look at that gouge there. That's bloody horrible, isn't it? No, I would be a fool to put that in. I know it's, oh my god. Yeah, we'll file that under B for bin. So I need to find that oil seal, and today I've got the guys coming around to pick up the new bike and take that away. Paul's coming down. Thank you, Paul, for lending me that exhaust can. Yeah, we're sorting out something with that. That's it. That's incredible. So that's that. Then the guys are going to come up and take the Hemi away. Bye-bye, Hemi. And in the meantime, I'm going to be funnying around with these little beasties, the wheel rims. Now, this is the rear wheel rim because it's completely snotted up. And that's the front one, which had a lot of rust around the ice hole, didn't it? There. So I've got to do something with that. I've had that on the wheel. What I was thinking of doing was literally just wanging on some of that paint remover and just seeing how much that takes off of there, because I mean the paint's sort of like half a micron thick. There's literally nothing on there. As soon as you start with the wheel, it comes straight off. But I'm wondering the amount of hourage it's going to take for me to remove all that rust and stuff and flatten it out and get it sort of proper smooth is quite a lot. That needs rust, that needs that metal crusty rust treatment for sure. And I'm going to do all the bits that are skanky like that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try that paint remover and see how far I get with it in a ventilated area, obviously. But what I did find is damage. There is damage to this poor rear rim. Let me show you. I've put ink marks where they are. There's one there and there's one there. Can you see the damage? You can see it now, can't you? Look at that. That is proper nasty, that one. The other one's not so bad. Where is it? There. Let's turn that around so you can see it. You can see it already, look, can't you? Again, that's been, I don't know, banged up a curb or something. So that needs to be addressed. What would you do, guys, to get rid of that dent? Would you heat it up, or fix this into something so it's secure, and gently sort of use one of them kind of things, one side with a hammer, the other side, just trying to gently fettle it back into position? That's my line of thinking, being a Neanderthal hammer wielding weirdo. So do you agree with that, or is there another way I should be doing that to get that back to a circular form? Front rim is absolutely perfect. Now, I learnt my lesson on the RS about checking for flipping dents, didn't I? Right, that is that. So I'm going to be concentrating basically on wheel rims, though. I could have just said that at the start, couldn't I? And gone, oh, look, there's a dent. But you wouldn't have known all the information about it, so there we are. Engine, I am just literally going to completely take it all apart. I need to know what state these clutch shoes are in here. So I'm going to whiz that off with the impact gun in a second, and just basically clean. And I still haven't managed to remove this flipping starter motor. There is no way on this planet that you have to separate the cranks, that the two part halves of the engine to get that off. That's ridiculous, isn't it? We'll find out the answer today. This is going to be the penultimate day for finding out how to remove that without an oxyacetylene gun and a great hammer. Right, okay. Be good when these wheels are finished. Oh, tyre, inner tubes. Inner tubes, yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Squishy, 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 squishy. Right, I've had it in the kitchen sink. And there is a hole. Can you see the hole? Get the hole, get the hole. There it is. That tiny, tiny little pinprick. So my thinking is there is a thorn on the inside of the old tyre that came off. There's nothing to do with pinching of the tube on removal because the springs were nowhere near that. Anyway, I'm not even going to bother looking at inside the old tube. I've got to find my flipping puncture repair kit. It's in here somewhere. I know where it is actually. It's in there, but to get in there I need to remove all this. Gubbins. Okay, all the engine covers painted up nicely. Look at that, beautiful satin black. It looks the nuts. And this lot, I really need to do something with this, but obviously the last few days I've been concentrating on Himalayan and getting it out down the road. So this lot all needs polishing and then getting up on the loft so I've got some room to move. Too much babbling. Brew. Oh, bacon sandwich. That's the deal. Well, thank you for your comments on previous episodes. Running up to this one, and catch you in a minute. Oh, nasty. I want to kiss the bride. Don't know why. Okie dokie. Well, these turned out actually worse than I expected. They've been paint strippered, and they've been wire brushed, and they've been paraffined. This was the bad one. Okay. Look at that tin worm. Honestly, have you ever seen tin worm like that before? Yes, you have. Of course you have. Alright, that's a tin worm. And it's the same both sides. That is the rear wheel. On the front wheel, I'm glad I removed that paint. It's just as bad underneath the paint. Now that didn't look too bad, did it? It just looked like a little bit of emery paper, or wet and dry, 400 odd wet and dry, and that would have been perfect. But no, the whole thing underneath, it's been wormified. Proper wormified. So, next stage, I've got a feeling, which will be fun for you guys, I've got a feeling I'm going to have to get out the tent of Sandblast. I reckon I'm going to have to give them a good old zapping with the media, with the social media. Yeah, medium grit social media. So that's going to be a bit of a giggle, but not today, not in this heat. Okay, whilst I was looking for said paint stripper, I came across these blooming things. I had forgotten all about them. They were hidden right over there under lots of rags and things. So I have got an awful lot of something to do to this. Now I've got the paint, but I haven't got the patience. What I might do with this actually is get the left-handed mouse out and give that a good and this piece, I really don't know, I might just angle grind that sort of flat, because that's taken the weight of the bike, hasn't it? It's gone along the floor. Oh Christ. So yeah, that needs proper going, looking out. This side obviously is good, but there's still many blemishes. I might have to resort to actually buying a can of that red spray paint. These are the undersides of I mean, that literally goes, it's underneath most of that, so you're not going to see it. But what I didn't want to do was get fresh paint on it and it looked like a, you know, like a cherry, like a sore thumb sticking right out and making the rest of the bike look dull in comparison. But where it's underneath, I think it will just set the bike off. It will give it a bit of a lift, won't it? I have noticed something else as well, actually. Look, our old friend, the green speckled paint monster, is all over this. So I might give it a once over with those super duper wipes and see what happens. I think I can hear a Himalayan coming. Might be Mr. Paul bringing the exhaust. Cool. Right, I better crack on, better go. I am absolutely flipping dripping. It's super hot out there today, which is pleasantly nice, but not when you're working, eh? Yeah, nice overcast day when you're working, lovely. Okay. Right, I can't wait actually to polish this one up. Get that polished up. I mean, now the paint's dried off, it's gotten quite dark, but I mean, when I'm flying past people at 150 miles an hour, they're not going to notice that, are they? So yeah, once I polish that up, I can get these flipping decals on. I really want to get those on there. That should really make it pop. Okay. Right, time for a sit down, I reckon. Blooming crackered. Yeah, so Media Blast, Sandblast, Grip Blast, whatever you want to call it, those wheel rims. Then I'm going to have to acid etch all of them, complete 360, complete 100% coverage. Then I will silver wheel it after that and see how it goes. I can't believe that the good wheel, the front wheel, that looked pretty good. It looked like I only really wanted a bit of a wipe off with a decent cleaning solution. How rusty under that paint was. It's unbelievable, isn't it? There we are. The hidden gems of Rotworm. Okay. Oh, spooky. Afternoon, people. Ernie drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Have I done that one before? Probably. Okay, we'll do another one in a bit. Honda Vision NH80. How far are we gone along? We're basically waiting for something to happen with this cylinder head, aren't we? This barrel, even. I've been honing, and I've honed it to within an inch of its life, and you can just about see that little markage there. I've been told by a very good source that will actually take a standard piston again. If I just rough it up. Thank you, Mr. Paul, for your advice. That is superb. Now, yeah, what I've done is I've contacted somebody this afternoon who do rebores. And the very nice guy, it's in Andover, so it's local to me, literally just across the road from where I work, funny enough. I never knew about them. Anyway, so yeah, he said to me, yeah, pop it in the box, pop the piston back in the box with the rings and all the rest of it. Pop it into us tomorrow morning and we will see what we can do for you. So, I'm really optimistic because as soon as that's done and back, I can rebuild this engine, can't I? Get it all back together, cleaned up properly. Now I've got that flipping starter motor off of there. Incidentally, look, there's nothing in it. There's nothing inside the starter motor. What the crack? Here is the armature with the windings, that's what it's called. There's the bearing at the front, and that one sits in that little recess in the back there, which is just basically a bronze bush, I would have thought. Okay, so there's the armature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of auto sew on there, a little toothbrush, or the wife's toothbrush, and just give that a doodle-doodle-doo, just to get all the gubbins out of these cracks. You see the cracks there? Those cracks should be clear because they are separate entities, as you can see. What is going on there? That is bent across touching that one. That's not right. Okay, so that's going to lose power straight away. So that needs to be sorted, doesn't it? That needs to be bent vertical because it shouldn't be touching that one. No wonder it made a flipping funny noise. Okay, everything else looks pretty good. So I will do that, clean that up. I will get that in a second on there. Let's get some extra lightage on. There we go. Fitted a new light up there just for the pillar drill. So yeah, I'm going to give that a good clean and possibly a satin black in a bit, so then we can rebuild the starter motor itself. Clean the rest of this gubbins around here, get all that crud and crap off of there. I'm not painting this because it's not supposed to be painting. Anything that gets painted is the black cover, which is up there. Okay, so lots to do. These two outriggers, if you like, I know, you know, one of them's really bad, where the whole bike's gone across the road and ripped all the metal apart and left a huge gouge down there. Now, I said I wasn't going to get any paint for that, but I can't find any aerosol can paint, which is that Honda colour. I forget what it is now, I've written it down inside. But I have found a can of Simon Eyes Post Fan Red. Now, would you say that's Post Fan Red? What do you reckon? It's not far away, is it? It really isn't far away, and because it's like an underslung piece, it's not directly in your face, is it? And I think it's close enough not to smack you in the face when you look at the bike. I haven't bought it yet. I'm toying with the idea of buying it. Don't know. Like I say, lots to do. Posty's been. Ooh, we have fresh rubber. Yes, we have our anals. Yeah, you can't beat a couple of good anals, can you, really? There you go. They weren't the cheapest on the market. They're proper winter tyres. And it does say tubeless on there. So I'm kind of hoping that this bead will sit in the bead of the wheels, which are here. Okay, so I need to do them. It's just seen those, so you are familiar with what's going on there. I'm going to do these wheels in a minute. I'm going to do the start motor first. Then I am going to get the crusty rusty stuff and splash it all over this rust. That's that. Don't really want to put that on top of that piston, do I, really? I've been shopping again. I've got some more wheel silver and some etched primer. So the etched primer should seal in that tin worm that's on these steel rims. Okay, what else turned up? My sense of humour. Yeah, it turned up in the post. Who knew? Why do people say that? Who knew? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, something else did turn up, but I can't put my finger on it. I'm still waiting for this carburetor repair kit, which is a bugger. Okay, something else turned up, and I can't think what it is. No, it couldn't have been important, could it? And hopefully, at the weekend, I'm hopefully going to get some grey on that frame in the bad areas, like down by the footwell and that kind of stuff. Just give it a coat of paint, just lift it a little bit, and give it a bit of an extra coat, a bit of covering to protect it from said elements. Right, lots to do, no time to do it in. Yeah, cool. Let's get on with it. After mucho sanding and grinding and all that kind of stuff, I had to get the big gun out. I had to get that out just to form that into this. Obviously I went over it again with this one. Look, I've seen more hairs on a thing with more hairs on. So I've given it a bit of a clean out. I'm on the rim there. Can't beat a good rimming. Right, okay. That's had a bit of a polish. I have managed to straighten up that squiffy one. So now they're all kind of uniform. Piss off, fly. They're all kind of uniform. Do you know I need to get a Venus flytrap in here? Honestly, in the evening, I'm inundated with two-winged visitors. Okay, you're probably wondering why I've masked this bit up. Well, I've masked it up in there simply because I did not want to get any autosol in this bearing. There are other polishes available because it's an abrasive, really, isn't it? I just did not want to get it. Oh, I can hear a brew coming. There, so there is no way that any of that autosol have got down there into that bearing. Little things, in it. You put autosol in there, a bit like sandpaper. Oh, brew! Thank you. Thank you, madam. Oh, lovely. Just what the doctor ordered. You stink. He's just crimped one out, has he? Crimped. And I can smell it from here. Oh, let me just shut this door a minute. Yes.
Yeah, nobody wants to smell of it, do they?
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, he's a sausage, isn't he? Right, you know, I think that's going to be it for this evening. I need to do some tidying. I really need to do some tidying. Sadly, I wanted to finish the start motor this evening. I wanted to get some paint on there, some acid etched on there, and all the rest of it, but temperatures about 10 degrees now, 10, 11 degrees, and it's way below spray painting with a rattler can out in the garden. So I will hopefully do that when I get in tomorrow evening. If it should be about sort of 20 degrees hopefully. So I'll crack that out. I'm going to give these a light sanding and then get that acid etch on there to eat into that nasty tin worm and transform it into a paintable surface. Right, well, is the stench gone? No, he's still here. Oh, dearie me. What have I done with it? Oh, it's in the top box. I have boxed up the barrel and the piston kit. So that's all in the top box on the bike, ready to go tomorrow to these guys that are going to hopefully bore it and hone it for me and get that 1mm oversized piston to fit. 1mm oversized, 48mm to a 49mm piston. Now there's probably an equation somewhere or other, isn't there, about how much cc that is. I reckon it's going to be near the thick end of 80. Not very scientific, is it? Now, all that power, I think that will give the Bergman a run for its money. Honestly, what a wicked bike that is, that Bergie. Bergie. Oh yeah, I'm still learning on it. And yeah, it's a good bike. Still, I am kind of doing bits to that as I'm doing bits to this Honda, just simply because I need to ride that bike every day, and I am not riding it with green diff oil in the diff and nasty black oil in the gearbox and nasty black oil in the engine. So I've had to do the tinkery stuff, and I'm not riding it with a seized rear caliper, so I've had to unfreeze that caliper. So if you hop across to those videos, you'll see what I've been doing basically. So plenty to do, no time to do it in, and I'm a bit tired tonight. So that's the end of that, really. Cool. Thank you again, Mr. Andy McCall, and thank you again, Paul. Super duper, mate. Absolutely super duper. Anyway, I hope your modifications are going alright on your Himalayan. The super duper new cam and the 16 tooth front sprocket. Now, yeah, let us know how you're getting on with that. I know you did say that you might go back to the standards front sprocket just because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, that 20% extra power doesn't necessarily mean 20% extra power on a 16 tooth sprocket, does it? Not really, because it's an exact science, isn't it? But there you go, a little bit more oomph in your pocket. Oh, my back. Oh, my God. I need to go and sit down and have me brew. Right, guys and girls, I'll catch you later, won't we? Oh, yeah. Good morning, Honda Vision fans. Cheers. Oh. Funny voice this morning. Bit into my breakfast and a bit squirted straight down my ear hole. Did I cough? I've just put my lungs back in. And we'll go from there. Right, what were we waiting on? We were waiting on this little Jolly Rogery thing, weren't we? Let's get some light going. Because that is as hard as nails. That's actually quite supple-ish, but it's no, it's crap. And that's got some ventilation holes, which isn't good. Supposed he has got a package from China. So we'll open that up in a second and have a good look. This is from my good friend, Mr. Andy McCall. I won't turn it over because it has his address on it. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. It is the air cleaner filter sponge for the old Vision. Vision on. So cheers, mate, for that. You are a star at finding stuff that I can't find. Yeah, I can't find a new engine for it. I don't know. I've looked everywhere. I hope you're keeping well. And big hello to everybody else as well. There are so many names. I just look at the comments. Bloody hell. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Right, unfortunately, because I'm a bit like this since inhaling half that orange, I won't be speaking very much today. Hurrah, you cry, hurrah! Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, right, starter motor. There we go. I have polished up the armature. So that's all good to go. That bearing's all good to go. Just need to take that out now. Paint this. I'm going to acid etch it first, and then give it some black. What's that on there? I think I'm just going to whip that bit off, go round it, get on the old brush, then get some acid on there to eat that crap away. I'm going to inspect this kit. Let's have a look at it now. Let's just do it, shall we? It's Sunday morning. Let's just crack on. Okay, right. A bag within a bag. Right, to save me losing any particulates, let's get the tray of magnetism down there. And we'll open it up. It's stuck already, because there are lots of bitties and bobbies. Okay, look at that. Oh, superb. Let's hope it's not Chinese rubber, because that'll last about 3 minutes. Arrgh. Right, Mr. Float. How does the compare to A Midsummer's Dream? Right. Yeah, see, we've got that indentation there. I'm just wondering if that's for the little brass tube that's inside the float bowl. If that's the case, I'm going to have to just cut a piece out of there, aren't I? So it fits. I ain't that stupid, not know nothing. Yeah, we got all lovely fresh seals. I didn't even know that one existed in the kit, but there we are. We've got a new needle. We've got the little circlip for the needle somewhere. There it is. There. There's the needle. Always pop that circlip on the middle out of the 5 height parts. Crikey! Look at that needle valve seat. Excellent. It's all there, isn't it? Lovely little thing. Right, that's pretty cool. There's the air screw. That is the where's that gone? That is the that raises and lowers the slider in there. So that's the tick over screw. Do you know, I don't even know what that's for. But there's the emulsion tube with jet. No, it's not. That's a slow jet, isn't it? I don't know. Oh well, we'll find out when I take it apart again. Cool. Excellent, lovely. It seems to be all there apart from this bit that's just fell on the floor. Where on earth did it go? Oh, ho, ho, ho. You little sausage. Yeah, that goes on there, on that brassy screw there. Okay, so plenty to be getting on with. I'll get something put in the bin now because it's crap. And yeah, go from there. Cheers again, Andy, for that. Really appreciate it, mate. Top man. So yeah, lots to do. Like I say, I want to paint the wheels today. I want to get these actually just painted. Excuse me, cloths of brilliantness. Yeah, I want to crack on with these rims. Just get them out of the way, get them painted, get acid etched, and see how they go from there. I've yet to treat that. Where is that stuff? I flipping saw it the other day. There it is. Crusty rusty. I must get some of that on there with a fine toothbrush. Fine paintbrush. Just to seal that in there. Then acid etch it. And then I can make up the wheels with the parts that are already painted up there and there. I can get them up in the spare room out the way, so it gives me more space to tinker around. Flipping it, the sun's come out. Oh baby, there's the old burger. Got some things to do on that as well. Got some brake pads, shoes. Excellent. Right, time to crack on. Need a brew, I think, don't you? Right, breakfast is served. Don't you just love aftermarket parts? Well, the good news is the float and needle and all that works beautifully. Although the float is a bit near the rear, probably a couple of mil, a bit nearer the rear. I'm hoping that there's enough clearance in there to do that. Let's put some light on. So yeah, that's kind of that. I went to change that jet there, which is that one, and this is about 3mm or 4mm longer, and so is that. That's about 2mm longer than that one. But as I can see through that one, also on the original, you've got 2 holes there and 2 holes the opposite side, and where there's one on here, there's 2 holes on there. So I'm just going to leave those originals in there. Now, the problem being with this, as this gasket is absolutely shot, luckily that's almost the same diameter, but look at that. There is not a cat in a house chance of getting that to go around that sort of opioid shape. It's a new word, it's a new day. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. I might force something into there, because it is quite supple rubber. Put like a big thick screwdriver in there just to open it out, leave it for a day or so, perhaps give it a little tiny bit of heat just to sort of stretch it open and see if I can do that, and then whack it all together and do the screws up. What do you think? Anyway, these little screws, they are the 2 screws that hold the float bowl in situ, and when I took them off, those spring washers were absolutely flat. They were doing absolutely no springing at all. So I've just got my side cutters and I just teased them open just a little bit, so they've refreshed and they've got some sort of locking capability again now. Otherwise they would have just vibrated out. Little tiny details, little things like that make all the difference. So right, yeah, again, I mean, you've got this seal here. The new one, is that the new one? No, that's the new one. The new one is slightly bigger than that one. I'm not quite getting that, to be fair, and I'm not going to change any more of this stuff. That's the main jet. What number is that? It's number 0. Let's have a look at the size of the hole in there. Can't see it, it's too dark. Are there any numbers on there? Yeah, we have numberage on that one. I'm just going to see how it goes. So I've got a little bag of spares if this original one doesn't. I mean, basically all I needed was that, wasn't it? And then that seal, that O-ringy type thing. So yeah, you know, what do you expect for £5.68 easy from China? Come on, man. So I've got the important part, and I'm going to try and fix the other important part to make this carb leak proof kind of thing. Right, just thought I'd show you that, especially the little spring washers, guys. If you're ever taking your screws out the bottom of your float bowl, please just tease open that little spring washer, because it's no good with a flat washer on there. Okay, gotta crack on. Okay, let's pause that there. Right, what I need to do is a little bit of jiggery pokery, I think. A little bit of easy magic to get that seal expanded to the right size. It's quite simple. Just need a bit of insulation tape and an old screwdriver with a tapered shaft on it. Tapered shafts suit you. Right, let me show you this. Here we have the original, which pretty much sits in there quite nicely with that gap there. So I need to push my tapered shaft in there until it's in up to the hilt, should we say. Let's have a go. Let's have a go at this. So we'll push that along there, just gently. Right, I'm kind of happy with that. So now I can go around there with my little itty bitty tip, just like so. Okay, so now I have the depth that I need to push this seal down to. So we'll put it over there. You watch this split. Oh my god, I ain't joking. Okay, I should have put a bit of rubber grease on there, really. Oh well. I'm going in dry, lads. I'm going to force it in. Let's do it. Let's get down the shaft. I should have greased my shaft. Always best to, isn't it, boys? Okay, I'm working it in really slowly. You know, inch at a time. Right, finale. Okay, well, I think I'm up to where it needs to be on there. What do you think? If I leave that now for about 30 years, mind you, it is Chinese rubber, so probably 3 days, that should sort of fossilise in that shape, shouldn't it? No. Right, I'm going to let that sit for an hour, just like it is, and then see what it's like. And if it's just going to contract. And should we hot air gun it? Let's hot air gun it. Sod it. What have I got to lose? What have I got to lose? Let's get the hot air gun out. It's the wife's hairdryer, really, but I've super dupered it up so it's mega hot. You know, she does like it a bit frizzy in that. So cool. Right, okay. Right, it's bit of gentle heat on this. About there. Just singed all me stubble off then, I reckon. Just gently put my hand there so I can gauge what sort of heat we're talking about there. Like I've always said, if you can get it to fit, give it a go. I could have just sat there and thrown my toys at the pram and gone, oh, it's different, it don't fit. Knickers. Get your brain in gear and crack on with something. If you close your eyes. Well, it's going sticky. No, it's not. I'm just jogging. I reckon a couple of times, 2 or 3 times of that for today. I reckon that'll just stay as it is, you know. We can only hope, can't we? So right, there we go. That's the situation at the moment with that, so I can't go any further. So now I am going to crack on with the paraffin bath. This was submerged a few days ago, so I'm going to get the old brush on that and clean that up. That's part of the gearage. Yeah, this is the part that goes there, the final drive diffy bit. So I'm going to give that a scrub it up. Let's put some lights on. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. There we go. A bit more lightage, so I'm going to do that, I think. Right, cool. Hey, it's all good, isn't it? Okie dokie, matey. Whilst waiting for this all to do its thing and that to do its thing and all the rest of it, I thought I'd get some paint going on these wheel rims. I have given it the yes, I've given it the crusty rusty, so that's fine. And this is where we're at with them, so that's pretty good. Obviously, it just says put it on rust. Don't put it on the normal metal because it just goes sort of like that. But you can see where it's bitten and actually ate into that stuff. Now, you know I'm having trouble with one of the inner tubes. It's got a tiny little prick on it. Right, I was looking at these tyres that I bought, okay, and they are winter grip, blah blah blah, nice, rotation, I'll turn it over. I'm sure I've seen it on there, it says tubeless. Oh yes, boobless. Okay, now I'm sanding away at these rims just to get all the roughness out of, yeah, you're always going to have bobbly bits, aren't you? So I thought to myself, no, do it right easy and sand it off. So that's what I'm doing. I've started off with 400 and now I've gone down to 240. But before I go any further, let me just show you this. Look, tubeless tyre applicable. I wonder. Yeah, I just noticed that. I thought, hey, but if you've got tubeless, then you're going to need valve thingies, aren't you? Bugger and blast it. Boobs. Do you know what I can get? Can you get I know it's not like a car, is it? It's different, isn't it? It's got like a lip on it. Have you ever seen that before? Do you know if valve stems are available for that, guys? Yeah, drop a comment below, please, if you do, and I'll be very appreciative. Be nice to get tubeless, wouldn't it? To be fair, just plug it. Just take a little plug kit as opposed to a flipping compressor and all the rest of it. Repair kit and a pump and all that guff. Well, you have to have the pump anyway, wouldn't you? But you know what I'm saying. Okay, right, I'm going to carry on sanding. Whoa, beautiful out, isn't it? Well, it's the last day of warmth and sunshine, so make hay while the sun shines. I was going to get the sandblasting. Well, do me a favour. Oi! Shut your beak. I was going to get this sandblaster, media blaster out in the tent and do these rims, but after I got the acid etch, after I rubbed them down with some 400 and cleaned them off again, paraffin them, blew them dry, and got some acid etch on there. Spot on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know there's people walking about. It's called getting out and enjoying themselves. You wait, leave. So here are the rims. It's looking rather nice. It's looking rather jolly. So yeah, we're there. Enough. Shh. God, dear. Honest to goodness. I've done that to the starter motor housing. Giving it a little bit of silver roll. Looks rather jiff. That's just baking now in the hot sunshine. What else did I do? I did that in satin black after an acid etch coat. So that's all ready to go back on that piece out there. There's the bracket that all that sits on the engine. I've still got to clean all of that crap off of there. But I've just got the Bendix out there, actually, funny enough. And here is the Bendix, and that is the part that, here's the gear that meshes in with the starter motor, so that fires around. And like I say, this piece is like spring-loaded, but it's on a spiral sort of spline, if you like. So centrifugal force throws it out into the gear in the gearbox, and then when you take your finger off the button, it retracts back in. But it's rather rusty and crusty, so it's now going to go in there in a minute when I take the lid off. There's nothing inside here that can get harmed by the kerosene or the paraffin. Right, carburetor. Now I've had a plan, Stan, with this. I got my my evil stick out and my evil stick, and I very gently fed some into that trough around there up until sort of there and there. So this piece is loose and the rest of it's glued. So what I'm going to do next is evil stick that bottom V, yeah, and shape that bottom piece into there and let that go off. Now when that's gone off, I'm going to loop the top bit over the top bit. See, there's always ways of doing things. You know, my first intention was, I didn't think about it, obviously. I thought, I'll go around it with the evil stick, smack it all together, and try and jimmy that over that sort of cuboid shape, and then wham it all together, and then do the screws up. But that, I'd have been head to toe in evil stick, wouldn't I? Would have been a right flipping 2 and 8. Anyway, okay. I think that's going to be it for today, because I am absolutely crackered. So I need to get that done and then go and put my feet up, I think, and have a well-earned rest. I'm glad the wheels are done now. That's because winter's drawn in, isn't it? Or autumn, shall I say. It's going to be cold, wet and rainy now for the foreseeable future. So I'm glad those bits are painted. I don't think there's any more painting to be done, in actual fact. The top box might need throwing in the bin. Another coat. So that's to be done. I've ordered some powdered plastic, guys. Thank you for your tips about what to do with these little jimmy things, because all the plastic's sort of just gotten old and torn and come away from that. So I've ordered some powdered plastic. So you basically heat up your parts, and then you dip it in the powdery stuff, swirl it around, and then wait for it to go like that. Basically, I've had some great comments, guys. Thank you so much for your comments. Been absolutely flipping brilliant. You know, heat shrink. That was one that would have worked. I would have done it. And that, but yeah, I've splashed out £2.49 on 100 grams of this plastic powder stuff. So watch this base. It comes all different flipping colours. I just want black. Trying to find black, I'd scroll down about 3 miles. Honest to God. Right, yeah, feet up. I think I'm a bit fatigued today. Right, catch you later, guys. Evil stick. It's a cold one. Easy. Sort of in the shed, almost. Right, let's get the radio off. Don't want YouTube going at me. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Right. Panels have been lacquered. Look at that. What a beauty. It's looking alright, isn't it? Yeah, it's looking alright. Just don't look too closely. It'll be alright. I've yet to lacquer these two pieces because I've been going over it with paint my nuts. So I've literally gone over all the rusty crusty after sanding it down. I don't know where the sandpaper's gone. Oh, got a leak. Got a leak. What are you doing? Stop it. Oh dear. What are you doing, Easy, with your airline out and your compressor compressed? Well, I am making my wheels tubeless. Watch, I've been on Tinterweb, where are they? And I bought a pack of 4, yes lads, a pack of 4 of these little beauties. Okay, because on the rim there it said, didn't it, about the rim is tubeless compatible. So I went and pulled these into the rims, thus. So that's them all nicely. That's beautiful, isn't it? Spot on. So that's that here there. And I've just used my rubber and nylon lubrication. I've gone round and I've actually sat these tyres on the rims. Now, the beauty is now, or the trick is now, to get this to pop onto the bead, without all the air escaping thus. So yeah, bear with, hence that's why I've charged up the air in the line. Same with that one, I've popped that on. This is actually not set on very well actually, but I'm hoping that the pressure will just make it go pop. And I'm going to have to, failing that, I'm going to have to resort to getting loads of flammable gas in there and then lighting it, but yeah, not really sort of my thing. Right, let me have a crack at this and see if they pop on. Do you want to watch too? Yeah, you want to see too? Right, okay. Okie dokie, matey. Okie dokie. Right, let's get this on there. I'm going to shut the doors a bit because I reckon the compressor's going to kick in again in a minute, and that's a noisy little so-and-so, if I can tell you that for nothing. Why is that leaking? Why are you leaking? I don't like leaking. Leaking's for Jessies. Right, I'm going to do this tyre first because it's almost half seated on there, possibly. Type stuff. So that way, do you reckon? No, that way. Let's go on there that way. Can you see? Oh, shut up. Oh. Oh. It's only gone and works. I reckon that's an awooga moment, don't you? Right, what pressure we got in there? Let's have a look. 20 psi.
got 30 psi in now. We'll check that with the digital meter in a minute. I don't know what to say. Right. Let's bring you down here a bit closer. Right, let's whack some air in this little sausage. To you, to me. Right, here we go. I love that sound. That sound is just so good. Let's get up to 30. There we go, 30 psi. Fan flipping tastic. Thank you very much. Oh, flipping heck, something's actually worked. That's cool, isn't it? Proper on there. Tubeless. I can prove the tubeless because the tube's there. There's one, and the other flat one's in that cupboard over the back there. So yeah, I've got tubeless tyres. One is a happy bunny, isn't one? Right, let's get that digital meter. And thank you. And I get. Right, let's fire this little beastie up. What are we on, PSI? Yes, PSI. Let's whack that on there. .8. That's fair enough. So that's that one. 26.8. Hey, I've only gone and done it. Pop the tyres on. Tubeless.
Very nice.
See? It's good, isn't it? 26.8 psi. What you done?
I punched the bin lid.
What did you do that for?
I didn't mean to.
As long as you don't punch me. Oh, bless her. Right, let's stick the old knob on, see what happens. 27.2. So 26.8, 27.2. And we'll see what they are in the morning. I'm doubly chuffed with that. I thought that was going to be a pig to pop onto the rims. That's spot on, isn't it? That's proper car territory. Shows how often I do this, doesn't it? Yeah, it's good. I'm chuffed to bits. Right, I've got some things to clear up now. And then I need to go and have a brew. Need to have a brew. I have been flat out, actually. Tell a lie. Been over to see, Carol and myself went over to see Lynn and Paul in that buzzing stalk, nonetheless. So yeah, had a nice lunch with them. Thank you guys. That was really nice, actually. And the trouble is, it's repeating. So, oh yes, we need to do one of these, don't we?
Son of a bitch!
A wooga! That's definitely a win. Right, I'm not even going to start to put these in tonight because the bolts that fix these in are soaking in the oil. So I'll do that another day, taking into consideration the direction of rotation. I'm happy. That's a win, isn't it? It's definitely an awooga. I was actually due a couple of awoogas that I've missed out. I've forgotten that I actually had it wired up for other things like getting bearings out and stuff like that. So yeah, cool. I reckon that's cool. Okie dokie, brew. Sunday evening matinee film, perhaps. Let's see. Take it easy. See you in a bit. Ooh, howdy doody. Roughly a week after I put these tyres on. There they are. I've not been in the shed since, I promise you. Right, let's see what we got here. One was 27.2, one was 26.8, wasn't it? Something like that. Okay. Let's have a look at this one first. 25.4. Okay, let's just do this one first before we start working things out. Come on, 0.
Thank you. 25.8. It's 25.4, 25.8. So, oops, let's put that on the bar. So what's that? Roughly £1.75. That's lost over a week. £1, and that's not bad, is it? That's, you're supposed to check your times weekly, aren't you? Well, daily, to be fair, but yeah, they are proper good. I am so happy the way they have turned out. It just finishes off those wheels, doesn't it? I haven't got to faff around with puncture repair kits or tubes or, you know, tyre levers or anything like that. I've just got to take some plugs with me and that's it. Job's good, and a pump, obviously. So yeah, cool. Right, that about wraps up this episode, episode 6. I hope you've enjoyed the other 5 episodes. If not, if this is your first one, pop back to the start and have a look. Okay, right guys, thank you for your comments, thank you for your hints and tips, and thank you for your conversation and just being there, because it does help and it's brilliant. Okay. Right, well I hope everybody's safe and stay well. If you're not feeling brilliant, talk to somebody, okay, it helps. Cool, right. See you in episode 7. I don't know.